Ever met someone who's sharp as a tack, but acts like they've never heard of a light bulb? You know the type, quiet, observant, and suddenly conveniently clueless when things get intense. What's their game? Why do these mysterious folks downplay their brilliance? Buckle up, because today we're peeling back the layers on one of psychology's most intriguing enigmas, Sigma INFJs, and why they'd rather play dumb than show their hand. 1. What exactly is a Sigma INFJ? Let's start by breaking down what a Sigma INFJ really is. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. This personality type is the rarest in the Myers-Briggs system, making up less than 2% of the population. INFJs are often called the advocates because they're natural helpers, deep thinkers, and passionate about making the world better. They're the kind of people who can read a room in seconds, sense others' emotions, and strategize solutions to problems nobody else notices. Now, add the term Sigma to that. Unlike alpha personalities, who love being leaders and center stage, Sigmas are lone wolves. They don't follow social rules or care about fitting into hierarchies. A Sigma INFJ combines the INFJ's empathy and intuition with a Sigma's independence and detachment. Picture someone who's brilliant but hates the spotlight, prefers working alone, and stays quiet even when they know the answers. They're like undercover geniuses, always watching, rarely revealing their true depth. 2. The art of playing dumb, more strategy than stupidity. When a Sigma INFJ plays dumb, it's never because they're clueless. It's a deliberate choice, like a poker player hiding their cards. These individuals are masters of strategy. They've learned over time that showing off their intelligence often backfires. People might feel threatened, ask too many questions, or dump responsibilities on them. So instead of risking drama, they act oblivious. For example, imagine a Sigma INFJ in a meeting where coworkers are arguing about a project. They could easily solve the problem with their insights, but they'll stay quiet, maybe even say, "I'm not sure. What do you all think?" This isn't laziness. It's a way to avoid unnecessary attention while keeping their peace intact. They'd rather let others take credit than deal with the stress of being the fixer all the time. 3. Dodging unwanted attention like a pro. Sigma INFJs hate being the center of attention. To them, unwanted focus feels like a spotlight they can't escape. Imagine a Sigma at a family gathering where relatives are gossiping. Someone asks their opinion, and instead of diving into a thoughtful analysis, they shrug and say, I don't know much about that. Why? Because they've learned that speaking up often leads to more questions, debates, or even pressure to solve others' problems. Playing dumb helps them slip under the radar. It's like wearing an invisibility cloak. They can observe, learn, and stay out of drama. For Sigma INFJs, avoiding attention isn't about being shy. It's about protecting their energy and time for things that truly matter to them. 4. Sherlock mode, observing without getting caught. Sigma INFJs are natural detectives. They notice tiny details others miss, a shift in someone's tone, a hidden motive, or patterns in behavior. But to keep their edge, they pretend not to notice. Think of it like this. If you were playing a game of chess, you wouldn't tell your opponent your next move. Similarly, Sigma INFJs stay quiet to keep their observations secret. For instance, if a friend is lying about why they canceled plans, the Sigma INFJ might act like they believe the excuse. Inside, they're piecing together clues, the friend's nervous laughter, their avoidance of eye contact. By playing dumb, they gather information without tipping their hand. It's their way of staying in control without looking like they're trying too hard. 5. Guarding their inner sanctuary. Sigma INFJs have incredibly rich inner worlds. Their minds are filled with ideas, dreams, and emotions they rarely share. To them, their thoughts are private treasures, not something to casually discuss. Imagine someone asking a Sigma INFJ, "What are you thinking about?" They might smile and say, "Oh, nothing important," even if they're pondering life's biggest mysteries. This isn't dishonesty, it's self-protection. Opening up makes them feel exposed, and they've likely been hurt before by people who didn't appreciate their depth. So they play dumb to keep their true selves safe. Their inner world is like a locked diary. Only a few trusted people ever get to read it. 6. The ultimate test, sussing out authenticity. Sigma INFJs value authenticity above almost anything else. They can't stand fake people or shallow conversations. So sometimes, they'll play dumb to test others. For example, if someone shares a story, the Sigma INFJ might act naive and say, "Wait, I don't get it. What really happened?" They're watching to see if the person twists the truth, exaggerates, or tries to manipulate the situation. It's like setting a trap for dishonesty. If the other person passes the test by being genuine, the Sigma INFJ might slowly open up. But if they fail, the Sigma INFJ writes them off. This tactic helps them avoid wasting time on people who aren't worth their energy. 7. Keeping the peace, even if it burns inside. Conflict is a Sigma INFJ's worst nightmare. They'll go to great lengths to avoid arguments, even if it means hiding their true opinions. Picture a Sigma INFJ at a dinner where two friends are fighting. Instead of picking sides, they'll say something like, "Maybe there's no right answer here." They're not being wishy-washy, they're trying to calm the tension. Inside, they might have strong beliefs, but they'd rather swallow their words than watch people hurt each other. For them, harmony is more important than being right. Playing dumb in heated moments is their way of being a peacekeeper, even if it costs them personal satisfaction. 8. Energy economics, saving juice for what matters. Sigma INFJs have limited social energy. Small talk, office politics, and petty debates drain them fast, so they become experts at conserving their energy. For example, if a coworker asks, "How do I fix this spreadsheet?" the Sigma INFJ might say, "I'm not tech savvy. Maybe ask someone else." Meanwhile, they're thinking. It's literally a formula error. Google it. By playing dumb, they avoid getting sucked into tasks that don't matter to them. They save their brain power for passions like creative projects, deep conversations, or helping loved ones. It's not selfishness, it's survival. 9. Sidestepping power plays and ego wars. Sigma INFJs hate competing for status. They don't care about impressing others or climbing social ladders. So when someone tries to show off, they'll often play dumb to avoid the game. Imagine a colleague bragging about their promotion. The Sigma INFJ might respond with, "Wow, that's awesome," while thinking, "Good for you, but I don't need to prove anything." They refuse to engage in ego battles. By acting unbothered, they stay focused on their own goals without getting dragged into pointless rivalries. 10. The fear of being too much. Many Sigma INFJs have been told they're too intense or overthinkers. Over time, they learn to hide their depth to fit in. For example, if friends are discussing a movie, the Sigma INFJ might bite their tongue instead of analyzing the film's symbolism. They'll laugh and say, "Yeah, the action scenes were cool." It's a defense mechanism. They'd rather seem normal than risk being rejected for their true selves. Playing dumb becomes a shield against judgment, even if it means feeling lonely in their brilliance. 11. When the act backfires. Pitfalls of playing dumb. While playing dumb works most of the time, it can backfire. People might underestimate Sigma INFJs permanently. A boss might overlook them for a promotion, thinking they're not capable. Friends might exclude them from serious discussions, assuming they're not interested. Worse, manipulative people might target them, thinking they're easy to fool. Sigma INFJs walk a fine line. If they hide their smarts too long, they risk feeling invisible or resentful. It's a constant balancing act between protecting themselves and being seen. 12. Spotting a Sigma INFJ. Subtle telltale signs. How do you recognize a Sigma INFJ? They're the quiet person who surprises everyone with a genius idea. They listen more than they speak, but when they do talk, their words are insightful. They'll downplay their achievements, "Oh, it was nothing," and avoid praise. You might catch them disappearing after a big success. They hate applause. They're often loners, but have a small circle of fiercely loyal friends. If you meet someone who's wise but acts humble, mysterious but kind, you've likely found a Sigma INFJ. Conclusion: the quiet power of Sigma INFJs. So why do Sigma INFJs play dumb? It's not weakness, it's wisdom. In a world that shouts, they choose to whisper. They'd rather observe and perform, protect their peace than chase validation. Their clueless act is a superpower. It lets them navigate life on their terms, avoid drama, and focus on what truly matters. Next time you meet someone who seems quiet or aloof, look closer. Behind that mask might be a mind so sharp it could change the world if it wanted to. Thanks for watching. If this hit home, drop a comment. Have you met a Sigma INFJ? Or are you one? Hit like, subscribe, and remember, sometimes the quietest people have the loudest minds.